thought crosses my mind of her and I spending some time just to wine and dine in her place, her mind, here, hang on the door, do not disturb sign. Now freeze. Please, understand if you can at this point, there's been no sin, but the process has begun. And how I finish up this thought will determine the outcome. Now as I stand there, I begin to notice her physique from her head to her toes, and then our eyes meet, and she lets me know with a smile and a wink that all things are possible. Approach her I would, most men girls would say I should. But I'm a married man and a Christian. But it's a nice thought to know that I could. So I leave this thought running freely of how she smiled and winked at me and the many, many possibilities. And occasionally, as time passes by, I think of her and I and just what would have happened if I had given it a try. And it's funny how this thought is most prevalent in my life when there's strife between my wife and I. Like the other night, we got into a fight because money is tight and she spent too much at the mall. And I grabbed the receipts and the rest of that stuff and told her I'll return it all. And I thought my old girl on my way to the store and what it would be like if I wasn't married anymore. Then I got hit with a surprise when I walked through the door. All the could, would, and should that had crossed my mind now stood before me in the checkout line. What am I gonna do? But there was no need for me to drop a line. This girl wasted no time, gave me her digits, and didn't even ask for mine. What had me tripping up in there was she saw my wedding band and didn't even care. And I couldn't get that number out of my memory. It kept hunting me, 472-3533. And one night when temptation was strong, I called, praying the number was wrong. Don't let her be home. Don't answer that phone. But she did. Told me she was all alone. Invited me over to mount her throne. And after that, well, now it's just the same old song. Now I go to her house again and again. If you didn't know, now I'm living in sin. It started off conceptual, but now it's habitual, or ritual. It has to end. I'm telling my brother to tell her, we gotta stop this mess. Every time I see her, I fail the test. Then back to her house and, well, you know the rest. Because what once was lust is now lasciviousness. 10 years of marriage I've jeopardized. I try to cover my tracks by telling lies. And in my mind's eyes, I see my baby's cries as I pack my bags and say goodbyes. I once had everything. Now look what I got. My marriage is gone. My family is shot. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Then I lose my job because I can't focus. There's a 38 snub sitting on the nightstand. Next thing I know, it's in my hand. And then one final thought, as I bring it all to an end. My family and my life destroyed by sin. All because of a thought that I had one day. A thought that I allowed to have its way. A harmless thought, most people would say. But it's a thought without correction that led to meditation, which opened the door to the manifestation of sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings life, hopes, and dreams to an end. And by my own power, that truly would have been the end. But love opened my eyes, allowed me to see that my own works and tries can never devise the peace that I need. Now I understand, instead of work, I just need to receive. I never understood this. To learn the power of love.